Good evening, everybody, and thank you for stopping by. I know you got, anyway, I just want to say thank you to all the fighters, of course, everybody that's up here, and to the media, and to everybody that's worked hard to put this whole show together. So, thank you, and who?
The rest of the fighters are getting dressed.
Okay, obviously we're going to, throw it out there, but before that, let me, where did Ali go? Oh, here, there we go. I think Ali wanted to say a few words before we hand out questions or get questions asked. Mr. General Abdelaziz.
Hey, thank you, everybody. We have a great night of fighting. There's a lot of great matches, and I said it's going to be some upsets, and for everybody who criticized me for Marlon, Josh Rethenhouse fighting Marlon, I said this is going to go 5-round fights. If Marlon doesn't finish him in the first round, and we didn't put on mismatches at World Series of Fighting. I think every fight was competitive. I think the judges make a wrong call in the first fight. I thought Ozzy won, Ray thought Johnny won. We went against the other on this one, but really appreciate all the media for coming today, and thank you again for being the biggest supporter of us, and I really appreciate all the support. Thank you. Yes.
Obviously, there's an increased scrutiny on Usman every time he's in a fight. What do you think about the stoppage? Do you think he let go too late, or what do you think?
No, absolutely. I don't know. Absolutely, he let go as soon as the ref. When you go in the dressing room, the ref told you, do not let go without me telling you to let go. And I think as soon as the ref touched him, he let go right away. He fought a very durable, tough Steve Carl. He beat him. We know what he does. And Steve Carl almost got him in a triangle. Went to Omar Palada, he got out of it, and he went for a heel hook. He reversed to a knee bar, and after that got inverted inside heel hook. And he just sometimes inverted heel hook in the gym, you don't have time to tap, and just sometimes Steve Carl got hurt because just the nature of the submission.
Yes, go ahead.
Are you looking at a rematch, or are you looking for somebody else to come on?
Well, right now, obviously, we have Steve Fitch, who's scheduled, John Fitch, who's scheduled to fight for that title. And that, I'm not sure exactly when will.
What's going to happen here, John Fitch is going to fight Gusman Palhares in July. 5-round fight, most likely will be the main event for July, for WSOF 11.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to ask if you have any update on the status of Steve Carl. Is he okay? Seems to have kind of grabbed his leg right after the fight.
Yeah, other than his knee popped a little bit, he said it popped and popped back in, so he's okay. I think obviously he's got to go to the hospital and have it looked at and checked.
How about Rettinghouse?
Rettinghouse, what a gutsy guy. He fought to the bitter end, and there were times where I thought it was going to be over, but again, Rettinghouse showed that he's got a big heart. I actually was one of the guys that said from the start that Rettinghouse actually impressed the hell out of me in Miami when he went up against Alexis Wheeler, and again, he did it again tonight. He was obviously he was down because he lost, but that's the nature of the game. Sometimes you're going to win some, lose some, but all in all, he's in good health. No, it's definitely July. Yeah. Uh-huh.
It will be the first week of July. It will be WSOF 11.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. I guess we could just get some more slides on the submission. Obviously, it was a fantastic performance, but I know he thinks he let go, but some people are saying maybe he didn't. Just can he get his thoughts on his topic?
saber seus pensamentos sobre a finalização. Algumas pessoas ainda estão achando que você não soltou rápido bastante. O que você acha disso?
Cara, não, eu acho que age normal. Eu acho que todo mundo que estava ali viu. O juiz foi lá falar comigo antes que era para soltar quando ele chegasse. Ele chegou, puxou, eu soltei. Eu acho que foi no tempo normal. Eu acho que é porque, por eu ser um atleta explosivo, né? Aí quando pega assim, a pessoa dá a impressão de que está demorando. Porque quando eu já vou na perna, o cara falou, todo mundo já pensa, já pegou. Mas não tem nada disso. Tanto é que o meu adversário veio, me deu os parabéns e, inclusive, vai treinar comigo lá no Rio de Janeiro, quando ele estiver pronto para isso.
No, it was normal. He's very explosive, so when he goes for position, it seems like it's taking longer. The referee instructed him to only let go when the ref told him to let go. He let go immediately, and he thinks it was normal. He actually has invited his opponent to come to Rio and train with him.
Go ahead.
I was also, the submission happened right in front of Ali and I. So I thought as soon as the referee told him to let go, he let go. So if you think that you held it too long, then you're crazy.
I think everybody needs to leave these kids alone. He went through a lot already, and he's a champ now. I think everybody starts to congratulate him and praise him as a champ. To be honest with you, his last season mission in UFC, I don't think he held out too long because, maybe a second, but when you're talking about inside inverted heel hook, you can talk to anybody who fight in this room, Jessica Aguilar, everybody, many black belts in the room. You don't have time to tap. If a regular heel hook from the outside, you don't have time to roll out of it. He turned into a knee bar, and after that, he went for an inverted heel hook. Many guys I know, I include myself, I popped my MCL because you don't have time to tap.
And it's funny that Ali says that because even Steve Carl said that. He said he didn't have time to tap. So, like again, I said, like Ali said, leave the guy alone. He's the champ. You actually let go of that hook as soon as the referee said stop.
And just a quick follow-up, obviously, not to take away his celebration time, but we know that already his next fight is going to be John Fitch in July. And he asked us, tell us what he thinks about that matchup and how he matches up with John.
Agora sabe que seu próximo adversário vai ser o John Fitch em julho. E o que você acha de lutar com o John Fitch?
Cara, eu não importo de lutar com ninguém. Com quem eles mandarem eu lutar, eu vou lutar, porque eles são meus patrões, eles são meus patrões. Agora...
He'll fight anybody. They're his bosses now, and he's gonna fight anybody they tell him to fight.
And he will, John Fitch, and John Fitch accepted a fight already, and it's going to be a main event. The co-main event will be Nick Noel for Justin Gaethje, WSOF 11, and Tyrone Spong will be on this card also.
Awesome. And if I could please just ask Josh, that's a fantastic performance for you tonight. We thought he was going to be the one with early power. Did you think you were going to be able to finish that way, and how did you feel about the fight?
My game plan was to, come out and not have to wrestle or anything, but I knew that I heard his coach say right before the fight started, go get him now. And so I knew he was going to come out and be aggressive, and my whole game plan was to come out and throw some big punches and let him know that I could hurt him. And I figured if I threw some big punches, and real big ones that spun me around, that he would know that I had some power. And once he started to respect my power, that I would put together some combinations. And that was my game plan, and that's, how it worked out.
And I guess knowing that the title fight is coming up, what are your plans? Do you want to stay busy? Do you want to fight again? What do you think?
Yeah, I think these guys know that I want to stay busy. That's been the majority of our talks, and I think now after, I didn't really have any plans after this fight with Stinson, because of the way the Steve Carl fight went, and how I felt during that fight. I just wanted to come back and perform again and, prove to myself that I had an off night, and I did that, and now I don't know, I knew that John Fitch was in line for the shot at this belt. Now you know that he's fighting Palhares, and I will sit back and enjoy that one, but I will be ringing all these phones saying, hey, I want to fight, and I don't want to wait.
He's not sure about it.
No, listen, I wasn't supposed to be on this card. And I told Ali, listen, put me on the card, I'm gonna figure something else out. And Ali said, all right, let's work it out. So, I'm 34 years old. In 10 days, a body in motion stays in motion. And if this body slows down, it really slows down. So I want to be active.
Go ahead.
Mr. Okami had a great debut for the World Series of Fighting. Where do we see the future for him?
Yeah, absolutely. Right now he's scheduled to headline the Tokyo, Japan event, which is August 2nd. So that's where it's at.
And I'm add one more thing too. We have Jesse Taylor fighting David Branch, and if one of them, I think that'll make sense. Okami been ranked top 10 for a long time, and if one of these guys win, possibly fight in August if this guy's healthy and ready to go.
So, sorry, Steve, welcome back to the press conference. I was curious if you got some medical attention there, how the knee is doing, and what they told you about it.
Feels like it popped a couple times. Yeah, what can I say? Sorry we didn't put on a better fight. Really want to come out here and put on a good show. The guy's super slick on the ground. What can I say? Congrats to him.
Any updates? Could you clarify the date for the July event?
Sorry, say that again?
The July event, I said it was just looking for the
Right now, we haven't, we have a date, but we can't release that date as of yet. I could lie to you and give you a date, but
She's been asking this question for 3 days, and she tried to get an answer. She asked me like 3 times, but good try. That's good.
どうぞ。
Can I ask you to fight Japanese?
Yeah.
8月に日本で試合をっていう話がありましたけど、岡見選手がこのプロモーションを選んだ理由はアメリカでケージで戦いたいっていうところなんですけど、それで日本で戦うっていうことに関しては。
Somebody get injured, he might be jumping the light, he might be on live.
I'll be ready Monday. I'll be ready Monday.
I'm sure you will.
I should have asked.
まあ、北米で戦うことがこの WSOF を選んだ理由なので、すごく嬉しいんです。今回のデビュー戦はすごく嬉しく思ってるし、ただまあ8月の日本大会、日本の MMA の、力もこの WSOF とともに、そして自分の力でもう一度、力を出していきたいと考えているので、8月日本大会も出ることはすごく光栄に思ってます。
The question was the reason why Yushin chose WSOF was he wanted to keep fighting in North America, and so how about how Yushin is going to think about when he's fighting in Japan, and he answered that it's a great pleasure for me to have a good debut on WSOF, and but of course I want to fight keep fighting in North America, but at the same time it's a great honor for me to fight in Japan with WSOF, so that we can add some more boost into Japanese MMA scene.
I just want to ask Marlon about his future here in the WSOF, if you could talk about the fight today, too.
Hello, guys. I'm so happy, I came from Brazil and with a dream, and today it's coming true, And I'm so thankful now for the World Series to open the doors for me, bring me to fight with Miguel Torres, and they grow me as a fighter, and my team, Ricardo Almeida, with Mark Henry, Anderson França, Frankie Edgar, everyone, that helped me. And my future now, I don't want to even think, I just want to go home, rest, see my family, my wife. That's it.
Marlon, can you tell us what was going through your head? It looked like you had him hurt very badly, but maybe were a little hesitant to over-engage. Did you feel like, maybe you let off the gas a little bit or should have gotten the finish? Why were you not able to get the finish against such an injured opponent?
I didn't want to make a mistake, Of course, I think I could finish, but man, it's a fight. It's a 5 rounds fight. I've never been in a 5 rounds fight, and I was pacing myself and making sure I could go the 5 rounds, But Josh Rettenhouse was a tough guy, and I was hitting him really hard, and he didn't give up, He kept fighting, he kept pushing the pace and coming, and man, I really gave my best. But I want to go home, go to my gym, train with Mark and Ricardo, and keep getting better.
Also, just to introduce Bryson Henson, who's in the far end there, who won by a knockout earlier in the round. I think it was about a minute or so into the first round. Again, he's another 135er, and he's another kid to look out for. Tonight was the first time that the two Henson brothers actually fought on the same card. And it was also the first time that WSOF Fighting had two brothers fight on the card. So if you have any questions for him also.
You gotta ask him a question. I've never seen anybody got knocked out like that. Do you? No, this is against the cage.
You want to just talk about the fight?
Okay. What do you think about the fight?
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks, Josh.
I guess there wasn't really much to talk about. It was fast. I had him against the cage and took care of business, and what's there to really talk about?
I guess, like Ali said, this is kind of a rare finish, like in that position. Normally, you just throw punches to get a guy to move into a different position. So, were you throwing to finish, or were you just trying to get him to move?
I was trying to hurt him, but I wasn't expecting that, so it kind of went in my favor. Yeah, exactly.
Any questions over here?
Any question for the fan?
All right, we're going to open it up for one-on-ones after.
All right. We decided who will be fighting in Japan in August, except Yoshin Okami.
Their card hasn't been 100% confirmed yet. Ali and I have just, obviously talked about it, and that's not yet ready to be released. So I think within the next week or so or two, we would have a finalized card. But right now, obviously, our headliner is Yoshin Okami for sure. Andy Fujita? That is very possible too. Again, I think it's a possibility that we could get her to face Jessica Aguilar as for the title. So that is very possible.
But let me add something to that. She's gonna fight Jessica Aguilar, sometime in the summer. And the timing is great for her to fight in Japan, but if we didn't make this fight in Japan, Amy and Jessica can fight in the state, maybe in July or August, but they're gonna fight. This is the fight is gonna happen.
Yeah, and just to clear something up also with this situation in Japan, for example, if you're signed to WSOF Fighting, you can fight pretty much anywhere WSOF Fighting allows you to fight. What I mean by that is in the WSOF Fighting events, whether it's here in the States or in Japan, you don't have to be managed by Pancras or anybody like that, and you will not be managed by Pancras or anybody like that. So any fighter that is signed to WSOF Fighting in Japan, they will fight wherever WSOF Fighting, the mothership which it's here in the U.S. tells them to fight. Because there's been a lot of, back and forth discussions and saying this and that, people going back and forth, and it's starting to bug me. So I just want to, get that clear.
All right, yes.
For Josh Berkman, you had a considerable height and reach disadvantage against Stinson. How did that affect your training? Were you thinking about that? Did it affect your strategy at all?
A lot of the times I think that reach is an advantage in boxing, but I don't know that the way that mixed martial arts is set up, that it's necessarily a reach, or, an advantage. I like fighting taller opponents. I've fought a lot of taller guys. I feel like my hips are lower than theirs. My feet are faster than theirs, and so it gives me other advantages. I just knew that I couldn't stay in front of him at his range, which is why I kind of was, moving my feet, throwing big punches, so I could just maybe, make him think about my power and not think about establishing his range. So it was part of it, but I don't ever feel like that distance and that reach is a big advantage for taller opponents that I face.
Any more questions?
Any other questions, guys?
Danny,
What's up?
I was just going to hand it over to you.
We're gonna leave these fighters up here for one-on-one interviews.
One more thing, Danny. Hey, I just wanna.
Holly likes to talk.
I wanna thank you, the media. This is the biggest media we ever got, and it really, really mean a lot for us. We have MMA Fight, MMA Junk, and all those other great outlets, and it really mean a lot for us. We're growing as as a promotion, and without you guys, we couldn't do it, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
I agree.